So, after having heard from Dai-Ichi how their investments and collaborations can create new customer experience in the field of P&C, we now want to take a look at a totally different animal, which is life insurance. The customer journey in life insurance is known being very complex and little engaging. But there are also new approaches and new ways to that. Curious to learn more? Then let's call Maria Shiobara, Innovation Manager from the Japanese life insurance company Dai-Ichi Life, and Sam Fronson, co-founder and CEO of UK-based insurtech YuLife on stage. Hi, Marie. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Great to have you.
Yeah.
YuLife is providing insurance business with a strong focus on digital technology and employee well-being. And Dai-Ichi Life has just recently made a major investment of over 75 million pounds into YuLife, which goes beyond a pure financial bet. First question goes to you, Sam. What is so special about your customer journey? How do you manage to engage customers in a less exciting product as life insurance? That is not.
How can you say that anything is more exciting than life insurance? No, genuinely, we believe that there's such an opportunity to speak to people on a daily basis. And for us, the reason why we launched this business is because we see at the very heart of insurance, there's an incredible win-win opportunity. If you can help someone live a longer, happier, healthier life, it's good for them as an individual, it's good for their community, their family, their company, and of course, ultimately, it's good for their insurer because they're lower risk. And so what we've sought to do is to build an insurance company that launches products aligned with that mission of inspiring people to live their best lives. The way we go about doing it is with technology. Every single customer gets access to the YuLife app. And the YuLife app is what we believe to be the most engaging insurance app in the world. It sits with you, goes with you on that journey of life, and rewards you for everyday healthy habits, for walking, for mindfulness, for meditation, allows you to purchase extra insurance products, all of which tied into that philosophy of win-win and well-being.
Marie, we heard from Sam. What is his vision? What is your vision when you decided to invest into YuLife? What do you expect from your investment for the customer journey of Dai-Ichi Life?
Yeah. Well, in terms of the next customer journey, in life insurance business in Japan has been conducted by the face-to-face sales by the captive agent. So we believe the value of face-to-face sales would not be changed, but recently we need to tailor much more sales way to each individual. So at this point, the YuLife is truly create a new value to the customer thanks to outstanding YuLife apps. It's not only provide the original function of group life, but also it's engaged and encourage the employee to be much more healthy. So that is the reason why we would like to invest, and that is totally in line with the Dai-Ichi Life approach and philosophy.
Okay. And you also want to combine that with the current brokers network that you have? How do you see that?
Yeah. At this point, there is many choices that collaborate with YuLife as one choice, but we decided to not only collaborate with YuLife, that we invest the impactful amount to serve as an igniter to change ourselves. We believe we need to change ourselves, so we'd like to learn from the startups like YuLife, so we'd like to humbly learn the strengths of startup.
Sam, we talked about the customer journey.
Sure.
Which is important.
Crucial.
But is it the only one? Do maybe also insurers have to work on the product itself?
Yeah.
And not just on the customer journey? Because this is kind of connected. And what's your thought about that?
When we think about product for insurance, we think about the end-to-end journey. What does it actually feel like? Not just to purchase insurance, but then to have that insurance product in the long term. And when you have insurers talking about product, you've got a room full of actuaries and underwriters, and they end up defining product as purely the terms and conditions, which of course is crucial. But we can't forget there's an entire world of product thinking out there. Product thinking that dominates the technology world, product thinking that lives with people every single day. And what we're trying to do is bring that product thinking to insurance. What does it feel like to be insured by a particular insurer? What's your interaction with them on a daily basis? What value can you get from that product as you go about your everyday life? So we think about it in multiple ways. It starts off with trying to understand risk on a deeper basis, collecting thousands of data points through our health and well-being experiences with that customer so that we can underwrite continuously. It thinks about what value we can give to that person through awards, encouraging their well-being and helping them to de-risk themselves on a daily basis by living a happier, healthier life. And that is an intrinsic part of what we believe insurance products can and should be.
So you actually have to also rethink the whole process. It's
That's
not just
from
not
us,
just
very much. It's not just about how do you tweak
nice
terms
app,
and conditions.
Yeah.
It's what is the entire experience? What's the entire proposition, the entire product in a holistic sense? And that's how we see it.
Marie, I mentioned in the beginning you did quite a big investment, 75 million pounds.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to invest and not just to collaborate? What's the reasoning behind that to go for such a big investment?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, so as some said, the approach of startup is we really interested in. So startups are working on the shortest approach to achieve their goals. So, and their product or service are much more refined and perfected in comparison with those of the large company like us. So that is the reason why we would like to learn. But this is if we just only collaborate with YuLife, it is difficult to understand truly. So we might have the opportunity discussing each other. So we try to use that kind of opportunity, and we would like to do. So that is necessary to invest and create a new valuation with us.
So it's really more than just get a solution in your portfolio. It's also about a cultural change and also learning from each other.
Yes, the cultural change of our company is very important. If to do so, then necessary to invest, I think. This is the impactful amount we need, I think.
Zemi, how is it for you to work with a quite traditional, also Japanese insurance company, which is also, there's certainly a cultural difference what we're used to.
You know what? Before we had started this process, I didn't really know much about working with Japanese businesses, and unfortunately, I definitely didn't know that much about Dai-Ichi before January this year. But you know what? You say different cultures, but really the mission and values of the businesses are very similar. And when we first met with Dai-Ichi, I think what struck me was that this was a business that cared very, very deeply about doing the best thing for customers. This was a business that really cared about boosting well-being, about delivering on long-term value alignment for customers. And maybe they did it in slightly different ways. And of course, it's a much larger company. But from a true values and mission perspective, we actually felt very closely aligned. And of course, there's different ways of working. And, we went through a due diligence process and now starting with working groups of how to work together. But it's actually been a pleasure and actually been very, very smooth.
We heard earlier from Wacom a lot about embedded insurance, which is mainly targeting P&C businesses.
Yeah.
And that's a question to both of you, what developments do you see in terms of distribution that can evolve also in the life insurance field? Maybe Marie, you want to go first?
Yes, in Dai-Ichi current midterm management plan, we set our goal as to protect and improve the well-being of all. So we think the well-being is one of the key words in the life and the health field.
Yeah.
So we try to be a life insurance group to provide that kind of well-being to all the people in future. So for that point, I think that it is important to the fusion of the digital and human relationships. So that create a new value, and it goes beyond the digital only or human only relationships. So we try to do that kind of business model creation, and we try to be a life insurance group that customer can trust and choose.
And so you still believe in humans
Yeah.
distributing, selling insurance
Yes, the
products.
important is fusion, the mixture of the human and the digital.
What about you, Sam? Do you think it can be purely sold digitally, or?
You know, I think embedded insurance is great when it's something that you can just kind of tack onto a product or in a journey. But what we're selling is life insurance, and it's there for your entire holistic being. And for centuries, people don't wake up in the morning wanting to buy life insurance. And people have, tried myriad different ways of marketing this. But fundamentally, we see this as something that I don't think is going to be an embedded product at all. This is going to be something that is a standalone decision. This is going to be something that you have to really work and explain to somebody why it's appropriate, why it's important. It's a complicated product. It's a long-term product. It's not a one-year fix to cover your phone from breaking. Right. This is something that's going to be with you for the entirety of your life, please God, and something that's going to be there to support you. And we believe also to help improve your life as well. And so our focus is much less on embedded insurance, but more on making this an engaging, valuable product, something that truly acts as a catalyst for good in the world and improves people's lives.
Will you also include the human being in that?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for insights, for the story. I think that's a really exciting story. Also a very bold move, I have to say, from Dai-Ichi Life. And well, I wish you all the best with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, quite some interesting insights. And with this, we're coming to the end of our slot. We're coming to the end about discussing around the next customer, different strategies that insurers can take to be more customer-centric. As you heard today, there is no silver bullet. There's a lot of different pathways. There's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different approaches that we heard for you to be inspired and also take away the learnings for your organizations.
But they all had one theme in common, which is collaboration.
You can't do it on your own.
Exactly, you cannot do it on your own, and we don't do it on our own. That's why we have this great group of insurance companies, of startups that we bring together in our next customer program. And so if you're interested in joining us on this journey, please reach out to us. We're happy to include you, and well, see you later. Thank you very much.